What do you feel about right now? There's a company called Shea Moisture, right? And what they did is a black company, and they were making products, their hair care products, strictly for black women with natural hair. And what happened was they got with some investors and they began to water down the product. And in the commercial, they used white women as well as some mixed black girls, which is away from what they were originally doing. How important is it to consider the core demographic when you're doing business, when you're trying to take your business to another level? Is that something important to you, or do you feel like that's nothing?
I mean, my businesses are based on my point of view.
Your point of view. Okay.
So I'm never going to really conform to make something sell. That's why I kind of stopped the music business, because we started to get very formalistic. You know what I'm saying? And that takes the art away. Mm-hmm. But I'm in a good, unique kind of a position where I can I don't have to compromise for the art. Some people got to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? And usually probably what happened was they probably got in debt. So they probably put so much money on the company that the investors were like, you better stop just targeting one demographic because it's not paying the bills. Mm-hmm. So then that's when they had to compromise. You know what I'm saying? And once they're not paying the bills, then they're probably not in control over what happens anymore. Once somebody else is paying, the person that pays is the boss. Okay. But, it's fucked up because they're the face of the brand now and they're going to take all the blame for it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. That's another thing. That's the reason why the people put up the money. So, they'll put the money and put it to somebody else being the face so they can take the blame when it fails or when they do take chances that don't go correct.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that was one of the reasons why Rocky was it's so important for me to stand behind my art.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and invest in myself as opposed to other people. So when someone does scrutinize what I'm monetizing, it's me, not somebody else. So no one can resent it when I eat off it because it's mine.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That makes sense. And it's something that you went through too, because you told me years ago about the Sunshine video, that the company wanted you guys to do that. That's how that was almost like compromising your brand, but then you came back with the street core demographic movie.
The Streets is Watching.
Streets is Watching.
Well, we it was trying to chase that check. It was like motherfucking Puff was doing all that pop shit, and we wanted to do it. We wanted to get that kind of success. So we were trying to get on the radio and all this type of shit. I was against that video in the first fucking place.
You were?
Yeah, I didn't like the treatment.
Did you express that you were against it to the? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jay wanted to work with Hype for some. Okay. It was like he was the big deal, and I was like, he's playing us, man. The treatment got his nose his nose was a balloon, and it would pop. And it was like literally that was like part of the treatment. It was like, It's funny how people could play you and think you don't know it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I looked at it. Mm-hmm. We had to tone that video down.
Okay, so it wasn't the song itself, it was just the way the video came off.
Well, the song was definitely like a formula. We were definitely trying to get on the radio. That's why we were trying to just sing it while we rap. But we were trying to figure it out. But at that point, the music really was a hustle to us.
Okay.
We were trying to get off the street. So, making money this way, it actually always has felt like a hustle. That's why I'm real happy about where we're at, because I know where I came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to be where I'm from and the circumstances and the things that I be, just to be free is a big deal. But to be able to live this life and, for people to know who I am, it's almost like it's hard to take it serious. It's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? We were in the music business just to get out the street. It was a business. It wasn't such a big passion. But from making music, from it being a business, it really turned into an artistic thing for me. It turned into a passion. I understood the art as I was monetizing it. And then I started feeling guilty about pimping it. You understand what I'm saying?
You started feeling guilty about pimping it. It was just too easy for you at that point.
It just, at one point, it was just about money. It wasn't really about the music. I mean, I had good taste, but I only wanted to make money. You understand? And then once we made the money, I realized that didn't make me feel so good. You understand what I'm saying? It was like, wait, this might not be good money.
So your intention was just by it being just money. Your intentions weren't.
My career went from doing it for money to only doing it for love. Haven't you noticed that?
Big difference.
Big difference. And my life has been a lot happier. You know what I'm saying? So when you do something for love, maybe sometimes the payment isn't in physical money, but the wealth is in how it makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? That you're doing something good for the world. That you're being honest about what you love. But then that usually brings you the money.
Yeah.
It just takes a little more time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went from a person that exploited art to fighting for it. That happened once I got conscious.
Okay.
Once I got conscious of how beautiful music is, and what instrumentation is, and the discipline of it, it gave me a real respect for it. You understand what I'm saying? And I could no longer pimp it. You know, once you're made aware, like what you do when you're not aware, you can't really blame yourself for. You don't know. But once you're told, once you're aware, then if you still do it, if you can't change, you know, that's the real test. You know what I'm saying? Like I walked away from like sure money that was consistent, but I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I couldn't go against the grain like that. It just wasn't art for me. You know what I'm saying?
It felt like you were cheating.
It was cheating
at a certain point.
I mean, you know, it wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want to make money off art or artists anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wanted to make art and monetize it, you know, but without compromise.
Right.
You know, and that brought me a better life.
See that. Any questions yet?
Yeah. What's the number one thing when branding yourself? Number one rule of branding yourself?
Be consistent, be patient, and have a point of view. You know, like if you're branding yourself and your brand is similar to someone else's or the masses, then you don't have really a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of want to stand out. You want to be different. You want to be unapologetic about it. You know, but you have to be consistent. You have to do it over and over again. You have to be known for something. You have to live it 100% every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go into the shower, you got to be in your brand. When you go to the store, when you're on television, your brand has to be real. It has to be authentic. You can't just make it up. It can't be fabricated. It has to come from a real place.
Right. Because as you said in Culture versus the Book, people find out it's not real, they'll stop messing with you instantly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't believe you believe in it, why should they believe in it? You know, that's why I never like make a product that I won't wear or use. You know, that I consider exploitation.
Yeah.
It's like selling music I don't listen to. That's why I call people culture vultures, because they don't like the music, but they're still selling it.
Right.
So how do you know if it's good or bad? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if it's good for the culture or bad for the culture, just because it makes you money? You understand what I'm saying? And you know what's funny? A lot of people sometimes, like I've called out a couple of culture vultures, and I don't want to make them any more famous, but they're still in the business. And sometimes my friends, like let's say they get a job, my friends will be like, yo, I'm about to do a deal with this person, you're going to hate me for it. And I'm like, yo, I don't care if you do a deal for someone that works for a company. It's like saying you're not going to go in the club because you don't like the bouncer. If that person has a job, that's just a job. That doesn't make them your boss. That doesn't make them a bigger deal. I wouldn't say don't get money with them because I don't like them, or rather don't get money with the company they work for because I don't like them. You understand? That's not their company. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not their company. It's your business to do whatever.
Yeah, like yo, get a check whether you like it or not.
Right.
Just don't get involved. But it's not yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But be conscious of the situation I have with the person. I mean,
Well, you gotta understand. If somebody robbed you in one industry, why wouldn't they rob you in another? You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new industry. The same people that was robbing and stealing in one industry, they now all went to another. So you gotta watch it, but make them be a little more humble about robbing you. Make them, you know.
Yeah.
Now, at least now they know that you're conscious of it. You know, that was what I wanted to do, bring awareness. Don't just keep robbing my people and be thinking you could just do that and nobody's even looking. Like, have a little respect. If you're gonna rob, at least don't be so flagrant and belligerent about it. Have some respect. Change your picture. Switch your angle. You understand what I'm saying? That was my whole purpose, just to make them be a little more respectful. You understand what I'm saying?
Somebody, we'll go back to the question, but somebody was asking me, they were saying that, did Ice-T take you guys a priority? How did that work? There's something with Ice-T having to do with the...
No, we used to come through, I just remember going to Ice-T's house.
Okay.
You know, I don't remember him taking us to a priority, but he definitely was like OG, teach it, like come to the crib, you know, teach us the game, holler at him.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's definitely a good dude.
Yo, this is Kenyatta with Hip Hop Motivation. First of all, I want to tell everybody out there, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube page. And if you haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure you do so. Stay in tune. We have a lot more to come. Peace.
when you writing a book, Dave?
I'm writing. I also have a book. You know, I have a book called Culture Vultures. Yeah,
What's it called?
It's called Culture Vultures. I did. Have you ever looked at the hip hop motivations that I do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So me and Kenyatta did a book, and it's already written. He wrote it. We done with it, and I'm also giving it out in different ways. So it's gonna be an auditory experience as well.
It's a series. The Fashion Game. Culture Vultures, the book. In business, Damon's a guy that's worn many hats.
Yo, you can either think of a master plan or get mastered by somebody else's plan. Check it. As a barber, one of the most important life lessons I learned is to never do anything without seeing the ending result first. Before I understood the value of seeing results, I used to waste a lot of time sometimes doing double work because I didn't have a vision of where I was going. Then I started taking consultations more serious by not even turning on my clippers until I had a clear understanding of the result my client was planning to see. And in turn, it became easier to achieve the style they wanted to see in half the time. Real talk, the most successful barbers and beauticians are the ones that see the ending results before they start any service. Write this down. Before making any moves, know where you're going. Deciding from thoughts of being sick and tired of something, starting something, or admiring something can be the emotions that fuel change. Because write this down. Emotion leads to passion, passion leads to action, and action leads to results. Word up. Question: what's the number one killer of dreams? If you said fear, you're wrong. Fear is on the list, but it's not the number one killer. The number one killer of dreams is comfort. The comfort of a good paying job or in an active relationship can seduce us for many years into the rhythm of accepting things without making any moves to change, further numbing us into a state of zombie-like passiveness. Write this down. Passiveness will cause your dreams to pass you by.
Dash thing. Nah, I don't want to chill out, bro. You know what I want to do? Believe in yourself. Build your own personal wealth. Then that becomes personal health. I think I'm rhyming. How about that?
Everything go down here. Just gotta, know what I mean, be a little smart.
I see you grooving right now, dude.
I was in my groove.
Yeah.
I started daydreaming. I started thinking about something.
I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to spend all kinds of money. I like the dollar, I like the euro, I like the pound, I like the franc pause, I like the yen.